Hello YouTubers, it's Arya here. Welcome back to my channel. I know I always say that, but today I wanted to talk about 5 top things that doctors have said to me that I consider a misrepresentation of CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, and the pushback that I've received. So most recently, the first one is that I was seeing a nurse practitioner for several months, and he told me he believed that I had conversion disorder, and that the only treatment for that was therapy, which I was already doing at that point. And for me, I was really confused when he said that, but I mean, I didn't push back on it. I just left the appointment. I was angry and like frustrated, but at that point, I kind of got used to having people or doctors say comments like that to me, which is unfortunate and super sad, but yeah, I kind of got used to it at that point. So I did talk to my lawyer because it is a workers' comp case, and I told her what he said. She immediately called my main doctor, and he said perhaps it was a misunderstanding, because I do have CRPS. I definitely think that the nurse practitioner probably didn't read my chart. After several months, you would think that he would have known that was my diagnosis, but he didn't. And then sometime after that, I had another appointment with him, and when I had my flare-up of my hand, and he said, well, I asked him, is this something different, or is this my CRPS? And he said, well, you've never been diagnosed with CRPS. So when he said that, I definitely got mad, and then I told him, well, I took objective tests last year, and I have confirmed CRPS, and I told them that I took like the thermography test, where they take photos of you, and then they can see any temperature differences. And I also took the QSART, which tests your sweat output, because CRPS does cause like vasomotor changes. Then they'll be able to see that with those tests, and it's more likely that you have CRPS. And then there's also like the Budapest criteria, where they've examine the area that's affected, and determined by that. So I told him I had confirmed CRPS, and that I had tests that support that diagnosis, and he didn't say anything. He was just like, okay, well, let me refill your Xanaflex. So yeah, so that's probably the first one. And then the second one was really in the beginning. Really makes me mad that my main doctor, he was just horrible, and it's workers' comp, so they're kind of always against you. But in the beginning, my main doctor, he just kept saying, I don't know what's wrong with you, this shouldn't be happening. And then he told me that it was all in my head. He said it's psychosomatic. He wanted me to go to a psychologist and get tested and determine if this was psychosomatic, only because I have a history of interstitial cystitis and IBS. So yeah, so that's the other part. It's all in my head, is what he said. And then once he said that, I just lost it. I was just like, fuck this. Oops, I cuss. Screw him. And then I changed doctors, and right away my new doctor, he was a really like elderly doctor. He was like 80 something, and he was still working, and he was like, you have CRPS. And then he sent me to go get the tests, and that's how I was diagnosed. Okay, so that's 2. And then 3 would be the damn pain specialist. The pain specialist that my first doctor referred me to, he wanted me to get a bone scan. He was suspecting CRPS, but the bone scan came back normal. And then he said, well, you know, I don't know what's wrong with you. He didn't even refill the Celebrix at the time. That's what I was taking. He was just like, and then I asked him, well, is this normal? And he was like, no, it's not. And that was it. He didn't want me to come back. There was no follow-up appointment. He just sent me on my way, and that was it. He didn't think he could help me. So yeah, that was disappointing. But that's number 3. But the reason, wait, is this number 2? No, I think this is number 3. So the reason why it's number 3 is because eventually I got copies of all my visits through workers' comp, and there he put that I was being overly dramatic and exaggerating my symptoms, and he thought I should be discharged from my case, which is horrible. You know, imagine if I was discharged and then me going on with life for like 2 years not knowing what's wrong with me. Horrible, you know, really messed up. So that's number 3. Number 4 isn't so bad compared to the other ones. Number 4 was I was having a lot of pain. My pains were like 8. I had gone to the ER. I was just struggling a lot, and I was just in pain constantly all the time. It was like electric shocks at that point. And my doctor told me, well, you look really good. That's what he said. He said I looked really good for someone that's in pain. So first I was like, why is he even commenting on my appearance? Like, how does that have to do with anything? I mean, at that point I was wearing like work clothes, like slacks and I don't know, cardigans, and I was doing like my makeup, but I guess I was just kind of like, thank you, but I didn't say that. I was just like, why is he commenting on my appearance? And then later I thought, oh, well, that's nice, I got a compliment. But then I thought, wait, is this the reason why he's not taking my pain seriously? Because at that point we were trying medications, but the medications were dumb. Okay, for me they were dumb. They were like antidepressants, they were steroids, they were off-label treatments because there's not a treatment for CRPS. But at that point I was just like, oh my god, like how is an antidepressant going to help me? You know, like my pain is real. Now I know that I've read that people have experienced pain relief with like Cymbalta and like other antidepressants, but I know myself, knowing me, I'm not good with antidepressants at all. And when I did start nortriptyline, it made me suicidal. I was only on it for like 3 days. I could not. And then amitriptyline I had before because of my bladder, my IC, and that made me feel like a zombie. I don't even remember if I had any pain relief, but just the side effects are just enough for me to be like, no, I need something else. Lyrica was horrible. The dizziness was horrible. Anyways, I'm getting off point, but I do have medication reviews on these medications in other videos if you want to check those out. But basically what I'm saying is that he told me I look good, and the thing is, after that appointment I just kind of let myself go because I didn't want him to be like, oh, you look good, you must not be struggling, you know, you can do your makeup, you can dress yourself. But what he didn't know was that it takes me so much longer to do my damn makeup, and at that point I was only wearing like super light makeup, like mascara and super light eyeshadow, and like my clothes, like putting on slacks, like it would just take me longer. like jeans, that's what I struggle with, but buttoning jeans, that's the struggle. So I kind of wear leggings now. But like anyways, after that appointment I kind of didn't do my hair anymore. I didn't wear a lot of makeup. Usually I go looking like this, like maybe I'll do some foundation. But yeah, being told that I look good for someone that's in pain, that's not good, because then they're going to see that. They're gonna be like, oh, well, you look good, you look put together, you're functional. Now I don't like looking like I let myself go personally, you know, like this is me just I haven't even brushed my hair today. Some days I don't even brush my hair. I just put it up. And that's because it's a struggle. You know, that's because it's a struggle. So that's what he doesn't understand, is that maybe some days I go without brushing my hair. Maybe some days I go without changing my clothes, because back then I would be in pajamas a lot of the times. I would be in my leggings a lot of the times, and I would be like that all day. Like, I wouldn't change out of clothes. Now, like, look at me. Now I'm like wearing this, and then like leggings, and then like this cardigan. It's not tight or anything. So I'm trying to do like a schedule for when I do kind of go back to work. I'm trying to be functional, and it definitely takes me longer. Anyways, I think that was number 4. Okay, the last one, you guys. Let me think. The last one. The last one would be probably my physical therapist. Like, me and her, I thought we had like a very good, like, professional relationship, you know. Like, she was 1 year older than me, and like, you know, she was like fun and young, and I thought I could relate to her. And so yeah, I thought every time I went to physical therapy, which was 3 times a week for 5 months, I thought that, you know, things were good, and we were just like kind of like buddies, but like, you know, professional. Until I found out in the workers' comp notes, again, she was just like, well, she says she's in a number 8 level pain, yet she doesn't present with being in pain. Or she would say things like, it's inconsistent with her presentation, something like that. So because like my hand, because I was pushing myself to do the exercises even though it hurt, she would take that as she didn't think I was in level 8 pain. Like, I always told her I'm in a level 8 pain, and a lot of it is internal. A lot of it I keep to myself. A lot of it I don't show in appointments, because I do have more of a positive demeanor. I smile a lot. I try to be nice and friendly. But I think, you know, as time goes on, once like the pain just keeps building up like it has these last 4 months, like there's a breaking point that you reach, and you just give up on trying to look happy and stuff, you know. So like at my last doctor's appointment, I did cry in front of him. I felt like he took me more seriously, and I feel like, you know, that's kind of wrong. Like, he should have taken me seriously all this time, because before my last appointment, I did go and I told him that I couldn't move my thumb, and he didn't really say much. It was a really quick appointment, and he just said, well, let me prescribe more Xanaflex, and that was it. And at that time, he did mention a nerve block, but I really thought I was going to be better, and I'm not. So yeah, I'm still waiting to get scheduled for that nerve block, unfortunately. I don't know what the delay is, but yeah. Anyways, those are like my top 5 misconceptions, misrepresentations, 5 like just things that I've been told about my condition, you know, and they're wrong. They're really wrong. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, you guys. Bye.